Hello everybody, Stephen Cunningham here and welcome to Cooking on the Weekend. So honestly, how many of you out there have dreamed of a day of being on Shark Tank, pitching your super awesome idea worth millions or billions of dollars that everybody would love? Well, I'm right there with you. For me, it was my salsa. I spent years developing my salsa recipes and I had planned to take those recipes to the grave if I did not sell them. Nearly everybody that tried one of my salsas told me it was the best they'd ever had, and I'd love to believe that's true. While for everything else I cooked, I was an open book, shared it all, but for this, I kept it as a guarded secret. But no longer. I want you all to be able to enjoy this. Now, I'm not going to share all of my salsa secrets, but I'm definitely going to share one of my favorites right now. This is incredibly easy to make, and I'm super confident that you're going to enjoy the results. Alrighty, let's get this party started as I show you how to make my sweet and spicy salsa with pineapple. Full recipe is going to be in the video description, so don't feel the need to keep up with those ingredients, just enjoy. I started off this recipe with canned corn and canned crushed tomatoes. You can definitely use fresh ingredients. You can go roasted. Just remember, if you're not going to go canned, you're going to need to add some extra salt. For the corn, I did drain off the liquids first, but I didn't do that for the black beans. I just added in the whole entire can. This is a super flexible recipe with lots of room for personal tweaks. For example, I'm now going to add in pineapple, but you can use mangoes, you can use peaches, you can go fresh. The most important thing to consider while tweaking this recipe is, are you removing salt or sugar? If you are, you're going to need to compensate. If you don't want to have any sugar at all, you're going to need to add extra salt. If you're going to use fresh ingredients, where normally there will be salt in the cans, you're going to add salt. Next up, I'm adding in the minced garlic. Then I'm going to add in some sugar. And part of the reason I love doing this is it allows me to make a low sodium salsa. I mean, there's still a lot of salt in there, but incredibly minimal compared to what you get in your store-bought options. All right, now that is something not to mess with. Don't tweak that. I worked long and hard for years to figure out that spice blend. It is the heart and soul of this recipe, and it brings everything together. Now here is a step you can definitely tweak. Peppers, heat, completely subjective. Everyone's spice levels are different. If you want something super spicy, switch it up, add in some habaneros or ghost peppers. If you can't do spicy, throw in some green peppers. It's completely up to you. Next up, lime juice. I also like to use lemon juice. Key lime juice works awesome as well. I typically just go with the lime juice. Next up is another key ingredient, vinegar. Now I've done back-to-back experiments with apple cider vinegar, regular vinegar, and to be honest, I can't tell the difference. So I just filled up that bottle so I could pour in an equal amount of vinegar to the same amount of lime juice. For the purposes of demonstration, I threw all of these ingredients into the crock pot and then used a hand blender to process them. But to make things much easier, just throw in a few ingredients at a time into the blender and then just add them in, mix them all up. Also, if you want your salsa to be more chunky, save some of those tomatoes or the corn or some of the beans and add them after the puree. After that, you've done all the work. Just put the crock pot on high and mix it around so you can see some steam kicking off. Then drop it down to warm and let it cook for 8 to 12 hours and let that magic happen. Now here's something that's really important, so listen up. The flavor is going to taste a little bit different after it cools down. So when you're done cooking your salsa, scoop some out, put it in a little bowl, let it cool down, and then decide if you want to add in a little extra salt or a little sugar or something else. And before I wrap up this video, I just want to share something important with you all. So recently I've got a great amount of response to one of my videos, tons of views, and lots of new subscribers who I truly appreciate. I had been on a bit of a hiatus, and that has seriously inspired me to want to make more videos. So if you like what you're seeing, you'll want to see more, please subscribe and join the conversation. I'm doing my best to respond to every single comment, and again, I'm so grateful for this. If you want to subscribe, just click on that little link there right in the bottom right that says Cooking on the Weekend. Thank you so much for swinging by, and y'all have an amazing day.